My sister stole 4 years of my savings for an iPhone. When I confronted her, my parents said if I couldn't share, I should leave. I walked out with nothing but my work clothes, and nobody looked for me for years. Fast forward, she's sick now, and they're begging me to help. I was 25, living at home, working doubles at a diner where I'd been employed for nearly 4 years. Pouring coffee, cleaning bathrooms, dealing with handsy truckers. Every shift was hell, but I had a plan. I was saving everything, keeping it in a drawer with a notebook that had my bank login written down. No luxuries, no nights out, no new phone, even though mine barely worked. Just saving, grinding, waiting for the day I could finally leave. That July afternoon, I came home from my morning shift, uniform still damp with sweat. My bedroom door was open. That wasn't normal because I always kept it locked. The drawer where I kept my paperwork was pulled out, everything scattered. I grabbed my phone and opened my banking app with shaking hands. Zero balance, not a single dollar. 4 years of work, gone in one afternoon transfer. I stormed out looking for my sister, found her on the couch with mom, holding up the newest iPhone with the packaging still on the table. She was grinning, showing off the camera features like it was Christmas morning. Where'd you get the money for that? My voice came out flat. She didn't even hesitate. Used yours. You weren't going to spend it right away anyway. She said it so casually, like borrowing a shirt. I turned to mom, waiting for her to react, to yell, to set some kind of boundary. Instead, mom just raised an eyebrow and said, "Don't make a scene. A good sister knows how to share." I laughed, actually laughed, this dry, bitter sound that came from somewhere deep. "I'm reporting this as theft." That's when dad walked in with his permanent scowl. Mom explained what happened in her sweet voice, the one she uses to manipulate him. He didn't need much convincing. He looked at me like I was an inconvenience and said the words that are burned into my memory. "If you can't communicate with family, you can leave. No room for selfish people here." I stood there staring at all three of them like they were strangers. My sister had stolen years of my labor. Mom defended it. Dad threw me out. And somehow I was the problem. I went to my room, packed what I could carry, and walked out. Nobody tried to stop me. Nobody called my name. I took a bus to the station with $65 in my pocket and no destination. Just away. Anywhere that wasn't there. The first few months were brutal. I slept wherever I could, ate whatever I found, took any job that would keep me off the streets. I ended up in a hospital once from dehydration. Had my backpack stolen with all my documents inside. Spent 3 months fighting bureaucracy to get my ID back, but slowly, I climbed out. Got stable work at a diner in downtown Philadelphia where the owner was gruff but fair. Started saving again, every penny like it was gold. Moved into a shared room with 4 other women who didn't speak much English but didn't steal from me either. Learned to cook on a hot plate, walk instead of paying for buses, hand wash my clothes in the sink. Eventually, I saved enough to rent my own studio. Small, but mine. The diner owner taught me the business side, showed me how to manage books and negotiate with suppliers. When I told him I wanted to start a food truck, he offered to help with part of the startup costs. I launched with smoked brisket sandwiches near the community college. At first, I barely broke even, but word spread. The line grew. Students, workers, construction crews. I became part of the landscape. For the first time in years, what I had was actually mine. Nobody could take it. 4 years of silence from my family. Not a single call, text, or sign they remembered I existed. Then one Tuesday, a letter arrived. Legal letterhead. My full name. An address they must have worked hard to find. My parents were trying to save their house. My sister's medical treatment had drained everything. Dialysis, medications, hospital stays. It all added up. They'd mortgaged every wall and now the bank was coming for them. They needed a co-signer. They needed me. I sat in my food truck holding that letter, and I laughed the same dry laugh from 4 years ago. The house where they'd buried my dignity, where they'd told me I was worth less than a phone, was now their last asset, and they wanted me to save it. I hired a sharp lawyer who didn't care about family drama. She negotiated exactly what I wanted. The house transferred to my name, them gone in 30 days, and a clause that they never contact me again. They signed within a week. No fight left in them. Fear of homelessness crushing their pride. When I took those keys, I felt nothing but cold peace. I renovated every corner that had made me feel small, ripped out the fake family photos, painted over the ghosts. Now I run it as an Airbnb, and every booking notification reminds them of what they threw away. The last time they tried reaching out, I sent them the listing link with one note. "You can book me like anyone else. Full rate, no family discount."